Hi, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update for everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. Um, Today was quite a slow day, so there's not too much to go through. So I'll be ending the episode in a slightly different way to give you a tour on Discord. Before we do that, I want you to know that Joe has been working on adding Losestar as a consensus client on the Smartnode Stack. So this is at the moment only in the development stage, but everything seems to be working smoothly with that. Losestar is the fifth consensus client that doesn't have support at the moment on the Smartnode Stack. It's the smallest of the 5 consensus clients. So we have Prism, Lighthouse, Nimbus, which is what I use, and Teku, and now also the Smartnode Stack will give you the option of using Losestar. I can't tell you why you should use Losestar, what the benefits of it are. It seems like it's working quite well. People were talking about it and they were saying that it is stable and everything works. So people have used it outside of the Smart Stack, but now Rocket Pool has very soon will have official support for Losestar in the Smartnode Stack. So that gives us even more possibilities for client diversity combinations. Of course, with the execution clients, you have Geth, Besu, which is what I use, Nethermind. Those are the 3 supported by the Smartnode Stack at the moment. And then you have Aragon as well, which I'm not sure when that will be supported or if it will be supported. But with all those combinations, now you have 15 possible client pairs that you can use on the Smartnode Stack. So it's really great that people can, have maximum client diversity going into the merge with staking and everything becoming that much more important. So next we have another thing that Joe was working on. I wanted to give you an update about the Proteus, which is Joe's hardware for staking. Now the Proteus, basically he was originally going to work on a Raspberry Pi, but there's huge shortages for Raspberry Pi, so I think the hardware that he's working on now is called a Rook, but I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, he's taken some hardware and he's tweaking it and making it better and making a custom case and all sorts, and he'll be working on that as to sell to people to use, basically, as I think the main goal is to use as their fallback machines, just in case there's an issue with their main machine for some reason it's not syncing properly. Then you can use the Proteus as your fallback machine. But I'm sure some people will be using it as their main machines as well. So it's going to be really great. It's going to be far cheaper than a Nook or buying any ready-made staking hardware. It's going to be much cheaper. So I'm really excited to see that happen. I think one of the best things about the Proteus is that I think it works under 10 watts. So it's going to be the most energy efficient staking hardware on the market, pretty much by far, I think, because that's something that Joe is really encouraging, and he definitely wants us to be as energy conscious as possible. So the idea that the staking will bring down Ethereum's energy consumption by 99.95% might get another 9 in there if everyone was using a Proteus to do that. I'll be buying one as my fallback machine, or as a backup just in case anything goes wrong with my Nook, at which point I'll use that as a bridge to get me going again. Next, so one thing that we haven't talked about on Rocket Fuel so far since we've launched nearly a week ago now is that the price of the Rocket Pool token, there's been a lot of movement in the last couple of days, and chat on trading has been kind of slow. So I figured that I would cover some actual price talk that's been going on. So under trading, there's this sub channel called Moon's Elliot Waves, and Find Your Moon basically gives us Elliot wave theory trading, not advice, trading suggestions or like trading information. So he's been talking about scenario A and B for the last week or so. Let me see if I can go back in time to show you guys. Sorry, I didn't have this prepared. Yeah, like a couple of days ago, so on the 18th, he started talking about a hidden bearish divergence emerging on the charts, which was showing that, we might be due a move down. But before that, he was talking about potential scenario A and B. So they both were such that there would be a bearish movement followed by a bullish movement, and it was just depending on when that would happen and what the targets were. So I think this is scenario A. So this is from the 16th, so from 4 days ago. So he's saying, we'd go up a little bit and then down to like Goblin Town. So this was actually like the scenario A was the more bullish one. So he thought B would go here, C would go here, and then the next one, D, would take us into the mid 2000s. But then his scenario B was that we'd go a lot lower first before going much higher, which is kind of what is transpiring. So as you can see, this is a really popular channel on a sub-channel on under trading, where Moon comes and like gives us really good analysis on what he's seeing in the markets. And a lot of people like have been trading based on some of the discussions that have happened in this channel. But right now we're talking about what's going on in the markets. Basically, there's the chance. So scenario Z is like what you call max pain. So on the charts, you saw this pattern of something that would potentially might take us down to $600 on ETH. But that, he says, the chances of that happening are quite low. What he thinks is more likely to happen, based on his probabilities, is that we'll probably go down somewhere around 1400 or maybe 1280 before we start bouncing up, which might make sense on the, so this is what he says, the 1280. And then, so these are just like, he's giving his probabilities and like letting us know where he thinks it might go. But we've been talking about the 1280 number in this channel for quite a while now, as a potential target of where ETH might go. So that's definitely like interesting to see where we stand with the Elliot Wave theory of market movement. So because today there wasn't too much to cover, I just wanted to tell you like what makes Rocket Pool and Discord such a great community. So I can tell you a little bit about what happens in here. So the protocol channel is where anything regarding Rocket Pool, like governance or staff or anything like that, gets released. The information about the protocol itself. Releases is where you find updates in the latest Smartnode software, Smartnode Stack software, etc. Events is a place where you get information about anyone who's depositing to the deposit pool or staking a lot of RPL tokens or even depositing to Ribbon Finance Vault. So a lot of people have been depositing into the Ribbon Finance Vault because they added an incentive at the moment. They pay you out in Ribbon tokens. That's very, very lucrative right now. So it might be something worth checking out, but not investment advice. And then, this is a really great place to like know what's going on with people depositing money into the pools and stuff, or into like the deposit pool itself and minting our ETH. So it's a great place to get that kind of information on what's going on. Then Events DAO lets you know about what's happening with Oracle DAO and like how they're claiming their rewards or like doing setting modifications and stuff and whatever. And Resources, your one-stop shop for all the links regarding any trading or any like the contract addresses or any of that kind of stuff. General chat is just a place where people chat generally, I guess. Like I don't really go into general chat too much. Most of my time is spent in trading. And support is an amazing, absolutely incredible resource that Patches and amongst others like Object and a few other people who spend a lot of time here helping people. But Patches has been truly amazing in the support channel because he's just always there and always ready to give help to anyone who needs it, and is just phenomenal. So people, myself included, have come here many times asking for help, from the most mundane questions to incredibly technical questions, and people have been able to help like really quickly and really efficiently. It's an absolutely amazing place. Like, it's truly invaluable for anyone who wants to stake Ethereum. I think, in all honesty, even if you don't stake with the Rocket Pool, someone will probably still help you in support if you have issues. That's how great a space it is. I don't want to say that for sure, because obviously I can't say that for sure because I don't really support people in there too much. But from what I understand and what the culture is like, they're just an incredibly helpful bunch of people in there who kind of like help out all the time. Trading, of course, is where I spend all my time and where I share updates from with you guys all the time. Rocket Fuel is where I post my video updates. The Bankless Bullcast, there hasn't been an update in here for a few days, but that's where everything was planned out for September 2nd's Bankless episode about Rocket Pool. And then here we have Moon's Elliot Waves. Screaming Room is just where people go out to scream a little bit if the price isn't going so well. The Merge Theory Crafting space is set up by Marceau, where people just post information and theories about like what they think will happen in and around the merge, not from necessarily like a Ethereum protocol level, but in terms of like tokenomics and price action. Not necessarily totally price action, but more about tokenomics and like theory crafting about what the consequences of the merge might be in that sense. Node Operator is a place for node operators to go and talk about node operator things. And Food is a place where people talk about food and like share their pictures of what they've made and what they're eating. It's really great. Memes is a fun place to go because you get some really great memes, and yeah, it's definitely not politically correct, but it's a fun spot with like lots of funny things. Random is random stuff. People go here to check out their bots and scripts and stuff. So sometimes when I'm here, I do DP, which is deposit pool stats, and this is like an invisible bot that you can only see if you are the user who's deploying it. And then command any in this channel make it only appear for you. So this, like the 166 mini pools in the queue right now, etc. Research is where like the gigabrains go and discuss like ways of making everything better for the Rocket Pool community, the Rocket Pool protocol. Governance is similar, like about nowadays we've been talking a lot in there about how to make the PDAO more efficient and like getting those votes through. Marketing inputs, we talked about ways that we can market Rocket Pool better. Liquidity incentives is a place where a lot of conversations are going on right now, especially around RETH and RPL liquidity incentives and trying to boost volume and usage. Smart contracts is not a place that's used that often as far as I can tell, but if people have issues with smart contracts, they can go there. Same with smart nodes and hardware. So these are like all the channels that are in the Rocket Pool Discord, and it's a really wonderful community where people are incredibly welcoming, warm, friendly, funny, and it's just a really great place that I love being a part of. And I feel like it's one of the rare places in the cryptocurrency / crypto sphere community that is truly useful and like welcoming, and it's really, really great. Like I can't support it enough. So anyway, I've talked enough today. Now this video was supposed to be shorter than usual and it ended up being way longer than usual. So thanks for everything, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.